What is up, everybody? It's time for some Oloro Suicide Squad. Hope you're ready. I love Aristocrats, man. It's one of my favorite. Ooh, we got some Damia action. Yeah, I can get behind that. Now, as far as our opening hand goes, Grace's Panorama, Hollowed Fountain. We can get into a black source off this pit. Yeah, we're going to keep on this one. I like this. Got a little mill action right there. But yes, we're playing Oloro Suicide Squad. Oloro's in here basically just to give us a little bit of an edge. There's no true Esper commander. Well, there might be, but I chose to go Oloro just to get us that life gain. Because our main win condition is a mass recursion of the graveyard and a bunch of Zulaport, like Zulaport or Blood Artist type effects, and a sack outlet. And so, trying to get into one of our win conditions, it takes a little bit. So if we're playing against the aggro deck, you kind of get a little bit of an advantage playing Oloro, or at least that's what we're going for. Let's go ahead and let's get into some Temple of Enlightenment, and we can get into some scry action off that one. Underground Sea, yes, I will definitely put that one on top. Yeah, we're going to pass the turn. But yes, we're playing Oloro. So at the beginning of our upkeep, you gain 2 life. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card, and each opponent loses 1 life. Then, beginning of your upkeep, if Oloro is in your command zone, you gain 2 lives. So, once again, in here just to get that little bit of life gain. I'm going to go ahead and get down Dark Confidant on this one. I'm getting a little bit extra card draw. And we are playing against Damia, Sage of Stone. Death Touch, skip your draw step. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have fewer than 7 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. So, I love playing Damia. I have a Damia deck myself, and it's a little bit more of a control type build for Commander, and I enjoy playing it. So, I always enjoy playing against Damia. So, it tends to be a little bit more of a control type matchup. So, it's always fun for that. But yeah, we're not above a Dark Confidant swinging in hot right now. So we're going to go and come in hot to the red zone, Dark Confidant. So we've got this Oloro trigger. Let's see if we flip off Dark Confidant. Temple of Silence, I'll take that. Get into Reform. Okay. So, let's go ahead and swing in for 2 right now. Coming in hot, dropping down to 38. Now, we could Temple of Silence, but we can also get into Grim right now, so whenever a creature dies, we get to draw a card. I think I may go ahead and go for that. So, let's go and get down this Grixis Panorama, get down the Grim. Harsupex, I think. Ooh, I butcher words sometimes. Just try and power and destroy through them. Yeah, basically right now, the way you win with the Aristocrats, if you're not familiar, is you need a sack outlet. So that's what we're missing right now. And then we also need some type of Blood Artist type effect. And we do have Zulaport in our hand, so we do have that. But yeah, you're just looking for a sack outlet and a bunch of creatures and looking to close the game out like that. Get into Catacombs. Okay, let's go and swing in hot for 5, dropping down to 33. And then if he does have some type of board wipe, cool, because we're looking at bringing back everything out of the graveyard in one big grand finale to close it out. So, yeah, so if he kills it, we're okay with that. Let's go ahead and get down the Catacombs. Let's get into, let's go and crack this, and we can get down Reform. We're okay on blue. Let's get into a Scrub Land. Yeah, let's get the Reform up and running. If I could tap the mana, there we go. Get that 0-1. Reform is really cool in a sacrifice outlet type deck because whenever you sacrifice it turns into a 3-3, then you can turn around and sack that 3-3, turns into a 6-6, then that 6-6 turns into a 9-9. So, pretty good card. If he's countering it right now, sure. Go for it, man. We want it in the graveyard. Alright, so right now we have, yeah, we'll go and pass the turn, and then, so right now we have at least 4... So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 creatures in the graveyard technically with that Reform. So if you're playing an Aristocrat style deck, you need to keep up with how many creatures you have in there. Because this will turn in, technically it's 1 creature, but it turns into 4 creatures with a sack outlet. So we're at 4 creatures in the graveyard right now, and we do have Zulaport. So we're looking okay right now. And we do have some nice milling action too up and running. We just need to actually get into a win condition. That's the main thing right there. Ooh, we get into a sack outlet. Let's go ahead and... Okay, how do we want to do this? We can get down Blood Throne. We can get down the Catacombs. That'll come into play untapped. Trying to make sure we stay ahead. We're doing good. We're doing okay on the clock right now. We can get down Zulaport and Blood Throne. Yeah, let's go. Let's go and go for a. Let's go for Blood Throne right now. And then we'll go and get into a Zulaport and then represent that Path mana. I think, yeah, I don't think I want to swing in right now. we could swing in with Dark Confidant and Grim right now to get into some card draw, but we do have a sack outlet to get into that. So I'd rather see if we can at least get into one of our win conditions right now. So. And then also on a side note, guys, I do have this deck list up on MTGOTraders.com. So if you'd like to be a Blood Artist trigger for Oloro, head on over there. But yeah, man, I love playing Aristocrats. So I got started in basically Standard by building an Immortal Servitude Black-White Blood Artist deck, and it kind of taught me about Magic. Blood Artist did, and it taught me that Magic can be deeper than just creatures or whatever. And so Blood Artist always has a special place in my heart, and I love playing any type of Aristocrat style deck. It's just always fun to me, closing the game out with killing your own creatures. Now, as far as him getting into a board wipe, if he kills everybody, we're going to get those Zulaport triggers. Zulaport's just like Blood Artist, except it only triggers for creatures that we control. And that's kind of a key factor right there. So if we get into a spot where we have a bunch of creatures and our opponent has a bunch of creatures, then we can kind of Damnation and get a bunch of Blood Artist triggers. But with Zulaport, it only triggers for creatures that you control. So, but we can still get into that. I'm curious to see what I wonder what he put on top. Now, as far as sacrificing on the board right now, and actually I'm going to go and update the creatures right now. So we've got 4, looking at, so we have 8 creatures that we can get into, 1 Blood Artist effect, and we're okay on a sack outlet. Do we want to start sacking them right now? No, let's wait. Let's see if we can't get flip some off Dark Confidant. Imperial Seal, well, that's definitely one way to get into it. Halimar Depths. Let's see if this Imperial Seal will stick. Actually, let's go and shock this Hollowed Fountain in. That way, if he has some type of counterspell where we got to pay something for it. So let's go and fire this Imperial Seal. Okay, that's going to stick. I think what we may do is we may get into some Rally the Ancestors, because that's instant speed, so we can do it in a spot where he taps out, and then we can get a bunch of mill action up and running. Yeah, let's go for Rally the Ancestors. Okay, so we got Rally the Ancestors on top, and we shocked in the Hollowed Fountain. Now we can... Yeah, let's just hold off right now. So we have that on top. We have the Rally on top. So whenever a non-creature token you control dies, Dark... So we... excuse me right there. I don't have water next to my desk and I'm talking, so it kind of makes my mouth a little mucky or whatever. But we can instant speed draw that, but we're going to be able to flip it off Dark Confidant. Do we want to go ahead and sack some? No, he's going to see it off the Dark Confidant flip. And we have 2 ways to mill right now. I'm trying to see if I want to show the... Rally right now. Yeah, let's go and sack the Zulaport. That way it's in the graveyard. We're going to draw a card. And he's not going to see the Rally of the Ancestors. Because I don't want him to just play around it the whole game. Normally we would have sacked everybody else out. But I still like getting into some Dark Confidant right now. Okay, so we get that trigger on the stack. Bygone Bishop. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Glacial Fortress. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into some Temple of Silence action. Get into Scry. And then we can put the Glacial Fortress... Ooh, Personal Tutor. Yeah, we'll go and put that on top. It's always good to have a little bit of backup. So let's get down Bygone Bishop. Let's go and tap that so I don't tap it out. And Bygone Bishop, man, it's one of those cards that is just... so good in Commander. I love playing with Bygone Bishop. I have it in my Church of Athreos deck. Counter target spell, draw a card. Yeah, we're okay with that. I'd rather use a Cryptic Command, not on our Rally the Ancestors. Now, do we want to swing in right now? We could. Because we have Dreadwaters. That's going to be a nice little mill right there. He's at 28. We're okay on the clock. I'm trying to figure out if I want to swing in right now. We'll draw 3 cards. Yeah, let's go and swing in. Yeah, we'll go and swing in right there because we do have two ways to mill, and we have Rally the Ancestors, so we can get into spots where we can get some nice little card draw in there. Okay, so we're going to draw a card off that. He's going to go down to 24, get that Personal Tutor. And we could Increasing Confusion for... No, I'll wait. We'll wait to clear it out. Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm about to do... Let me get my... I just realized I don't have my music on, and I record better with music on my headphones. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're still at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at 9 creatures. We have one Blood Artist trigger. So if we can get into one more Blood Artist, we're going to get into spots where we can get really close to closing it out. But we can also swing it for 4. That's going to help us too. Get into Husk. Okay, so let's put down the... Halmar Depths is not really going to matter right now. Let's go and swing in first. Swing in first for 4, drop him down to 20. Coming in hot. And see what he's got now. It's going to be 4 mana, it looks like. Lumbering Falls, okay. And see how he blocks. So we can sacrifice the... Yeah, we'll get to draw a card off that. I'll go make that trade. So we get +3/+3, that's going to hit the graveyard, that'll kill his land, Bloodthorn will go into the graveyard. And since we have Rally, let's go ahead and, so we've cast Dreadwaters for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll mill for 7, or we can go Increasing Confusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go Dreadwaters. And then we can get down to the Husk and still have a sack outlet. That'll put it up to 10 with the Husk once we get it down. We'll see how many creatures we hit off this. If we hit a Blood Artist off this Dreadwaters, then we should be pretty good. Hedron Crab, Magus. So that still adds 2 more. So we're looking at 12. Let's go and get down the... So we can... Let's get on Glacial Fortress. Let's fire this Personal Tutor off. Because we can get into a Glimpse the Unthinkable. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, let's get Glimpse the Unthinkable. That's going to go on top. Let's get the Husk down so we have another sack outlet. And then that way we can glimpse for 10, and then we should hopefully hit another Blood Artist. We have a couple different options in there as far as Blood Artists. We have the Blood Artist Zulaport. We have, what is it? The Falconrouth Noble? I think. It's the one that that acts like a Blood Artist. Ooh, Ugin. What's up, Ugin? Okay, so we may have to go off next turn. Let's see what he goes right now. If he's going to plus Ugin, because that's going to leave him at 1. So we'll go ahead and sacrifice, get the Husk in the graveyard. He's going to give himself +2/+2, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we'll see if we can't stick a, well, he's tapped out. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, we've got the, we've got Glimpse on top. And then we can still Rally. And it won't matter at the Halmar Depths, so we can still go ahead and play it. Actually, let's go and Glimpse right now. And we can still Rally the Ancestors for 4. And did we hit another... We get into Fleshbag, Drawshopper. Yeah, we're getting pretty up there with the creature count. We did hit a Dark Blast. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we'll go and get down to Halmar Depths. Look at the top 3, see if we want Increasing Confusion right now. That's a nice little spread right there. Yeah, because then with the, what's his name on there? Okay, so we're going to mill 5, and then we have the, it's going to not complicate, but it's going to add more to our totals as far as closing it out right there. And I'm going to go and close this graveyard out so we have a nice little picture of our graveyard. And I'm going to pass the turn. So we have the Necromancer, so whenever a human creature you control dies. So let's do a creature count real quick. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we've got 18. How many humans do we have? We have 1 human, 2 human, 20. I'm trying to see if we have any other humans. 21, 22, 23. So we actually have just enough. I'm pretty sure we have just enough. But let's go and dredge just to be safe. See if we can't dredge a little bit more. Get into reprocess. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get... well, we'll go and cast Oloro. Maybe draw out a counterspell. He's only got 2 cards in hand. And we would need to rally for 4. So we can do that in response to an Ugin. We're going to go for it right now. He's got 2 cards in hand. If we go for a rally right now, and he has a counter spell, he stops it. But if he doesn't, I'm pretty sure we've got it. If my math is correct. Do we go for it right now? He's going to get the Ugin, gain 7 life. Yeah, let's go for the rally right now. If he's got it, he's got it. I think the biggest thing we need to rally for is 4 right now. Let's just double check. Yeah, it's going to be 4. So we're looking at white, 2, 3, and 4. Now we've got a mana leak. And we need to do 1 more for Shriek Maw. Okay. So we're going to bring everybody back right now. We do have a sack. We have multiple sack outlets. Okay, beautiful. And we'll just go and destroy Hedron Crab. And with these triggers on the stack, let's go and get this, close this graveyard out. Let's go and get this up and running. So we're going to activate the Husk, sacrifice the Reef Worm. So we're going to yield right there. He's going to go down to 22. We're going to draw a card. Sacrifice the fish. Alright, now we got the triggers, man. Hang tight. Let's get those Zulaport triggers up and running. Okay, right there. It gets +2/+2. Draw a card. Okay, let's activate this. Activate the whale. And I'm pretty sure I counted correct, but we've got that Ugin coming in, so we've got to do this right now. Sacrifice the Kraken. Always yield right there. Let's go and sacrifice the Bygone Bishop. Draw a card. Sacrifice the Magus. Get into those zombie tokens. Sacrifice the zombie token. Let's go and sacrifice the Hedron Crab. And we're going to use Drawshopper so he doesn't feel left out. Let's go and sack the Skirt Stag to get into a zombie. Come on, triggers. Don't fail me now, Magic Online. Go ahead and use Drawshopper, sacrifice the zombie. Sacrifice the Flesh Bag. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the Shriek Maw. Draw a card. Zulaport. Cartel Aristocrat. Zulaport. Zombie. Sacrifice the zombie. Put him at 9. Let's go and sacrifice Dark Confidant. Heck yeah, man. This is Aristocrats right here, man. Having some fun. Okay, go ahead and sacrifice the zombie. There we go. Blood Zulaport trigger. And let's go ahead and sacrifice the sacrifice Grim right there. Get another zombie. Sacrifice the zombie. Zulaport, and then I think yeah, that should. Well, we're getting pretty close. Yeah, if we sacrifice the Necromancer, sacrifice Blood Throne, sacrifice the zombie, and then sacrifice Zulaport. Alright, there we go. Just enough, guys. Okay, whew! Aristocrats action. What's up, guys? But yeah, that's it, man. That's some Aristocrats right there. That was a nice little trigger stack we got going on right there. So yeah, I love playing Aristocrats, man. It's so much fun. We had just enough to get it done. So and we had that Ugin coming in hot too. He wasn't feeling it. So, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.